Welcome to another Chef Knives to Go quick look product review. I'm Steve Gamache, and this time we're looking at the Shiro Kamo Kurouchi Aogami Super Nakiri 165mm knife. This line of knives, as I mentioned, has a core steel of Aogami or blue paper, what's known as super reactive carbon steel. The heat treat's around 63 to 64 Rockwell on that core steel. The construction is an iron reactive cladding over the top of that core steel. And it's got a blacksmith or kurouchi finish on it. It's matte, but it's pretty smooth. The weight on this knife is 4.8 ounces or 136 grams. It's pretty light for a nakiri. The blade length is right around 160 till you get to start kind of towards the tip here. The overall length around 12 inches, as you can see. And the thickness, these are pretty thin knives for the style of knives that they are. And so the thickness of the spine above the chin or back of the heel here is about 2.3 millimeters, and it tapers just a little bit off that, but pretty much holds that towards the front of the knife. The blade height is right around 52 millimeters on this one, and I should have put the second measurement on there, but I think it was about 53 on the front. Pretty flat. There's not a lot of curve to them. The handle is a real nice octagonal ambidextrous rosewood handle with a black packawood ferrule. Nice fit and finish. It's got a real classic look to it. Handle circumference right around 3 inches here where the ferrule would meet, and that's pretty standard for a knife this size. You've got enough room here to kind of, if your fingers aren't too big, to tuck in here for a pinch grip. Fit and finish on these knives is quite good. They've got a little bit of relief on the choil and emoto or neck, and just a little bit on the spine, so that they're pretty comfortable right out of the box. As I said, the finish, we look a little closer here. So the finish on these is matte in nature, and you can see the Kasumi style finish on the blade grind and into the core steel showing at the edge. They do have some chiseled kanji on this side, although the kurouchi finish kind of covers up some of the highlight reflectivity of that kanji to kind of, mute it a little bit, but it is there. Balance point on this knife is kind of, for me, the handles are a little heavier on these, and it is a pretty thin blade. So the balance point's right about there, which for me is just a touch behind my pinch grip. Let's take a look at the profile, and we'll look at it on the cutting board. So here's the profile of the blade. It's pretty flat overall, you can see. Let's see what it looks like on our cutting board. These knives are quite impressive. The performance is very good. Out of the box heads, I'll give it a 4 out of 10. This latest batch I got, not too many of the knives had really great out of the box edges, so you'll definitely want to sharpen this to get the most out of it, because it doesn't come, at least mine didn't come super sharp. That will vary knife to knife, but if you know what you're doing, or if you can get them sharpened, you can get a lot more performance out of these, putting a nice edge on them. So here's what it looks like on a cutting board. You do have the rounded tip on this, so it will definitely rock over shorter ingredients better than something with a pointed tip, this different style nakiri, although you don't have that point for precision work. But you'll see it's pretty flat. So this is pretty darn flat. Make a really nice chopper, push cutter. But again, you can do a little rocking if you want to do some rocking over short ingredients. Pretty impressive line of knives. So if you're okay with an all-reactive knife, you get a really nice core steel of Aogami Super and nice edge retention. Good heat treat on it. Just a real nice line of knives. Really nice handle. Classic look. Classic fit and finish. So there you have the Shiro Kamo Kurouchi Aogami Super Nakiri 165, 160 millimeter knife.